Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the motherfucking pod. I am your host, the lightest, the true man to be this bright. I am President LightSkin. This is Problematic LightSkin episode 26, baby. Turn that up a bit so y'all can hear that. But yeah, so damn, bitch, you blowing me up already, bro. Shut the fuck up. I'll tell you right now what I hate the most. I hate a notification from a group chat. Because every once in a while you get like one or two messages, and motherfuckers when they decide to talk to each other, that shit be going off like crazy. And I be telling the iPhone like, "Hey, no, mute these notifications, nigga. I don't want to hear these niggas talking about no bullshit." But yes, we are back. I changed up the mask, dude. I can't tell you how annoying wearing a ski mask is. Especially the ones that I keep buying. And it's just honestly, nigga, I just can't be. I don't breathe. I can't breathe in that shit. So I'm like shooting the pod for almost an hour, and I'm like, God damn, I can't breathe in this bitch. The only reason I didn't want to do the shiesty because like I didn't want my voice to be muffled, so I just figured I'd just turn up the gain on that bitch. Um. So yeah, let's get into the pod. So the first thing we're gonna talk about, it's kind of just been all over Twitter. Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat has been going through it since last year. So so when I talk about this, I don't want to like come off as a hater because I am a hater. Don't get me wrong. I hate on anything and everything that I want to. But you gotta be like smart, which you gotta be smart on how you hate on shit. Like it's good for the heart. It's good for the heart to be a hater every once in a while. So when I come about saying this shit, it's gonna come off haterish, but I'm not hating. It's just more of like, hey, these are things that I've just noticed. You know what I'm saying? Um, so Kai Cenat, if you don't know, uh, is right now trying to start his own clothing line. And you might be asking, well, doesn't he stream? Well, yeah, he's kind of taking a break from that. But I want to build a timeline real quick. I think it's important we build a timeline about Kai Cenat, like from a nigga that was streaming almost full time, like every day. Well, at least like 3 times a week or whatever. So let's build a timeline, and then we'll address what I'm talking about. All right. So the timeline is Kai Cenat. Well, timeline is really back in early June or July. Twitch dropped the bombshell of all bombshells. Uh, they stopped the bots from they did like some type of thing where they stopped a bunch of bots from people bot viewing and shit like that, right? It's very important that we bring this up because when they did that, a lot of streamers started losing viewers. And I think the biggest, like, you started to see a lot of people's view counts go down. A lot of streamers were pointing out, people who might have been paying for bots and shit like that. So that's what you get, right? And then so when that happened, the only person I saw that was quiet was Kai Cenat. But following that bot raid, whatever, uh, Kai drops his month-a-thon, I think a million subathon, whatever, his subathon, whatever. So when he was coming back, it was this big hype. He's gonna do a subathon. Well, I knew off the rip he gonna have views like crazy because he gonna have like pretty much every celebrity on that bitch, in which he did. And so it was for 30 days. The whole point was to hit a million subs, which has never been done on Twitch before. But I mean, did he really do it? Because it's like if you have a company spending money, like I'm because like if you don't know, Valorant was like if you bought like 5 subs, like they would buy a sub with your 5. So it was like, and then Snoop Dogg bought 50,000. So it was just like it was really like we kind of fudged the numbers a little bit. You know, he didn't I would say he didn't naturally get those subs, you know. Um, but yeah, so at the end of that stream, this is a very big thing as well. Well, during that stream, Kai was in a relationship. Okay. I think her name's Gigi, Gabriella, whatever. I don't fucking care. Um, so at the end of the stream, Kai cuts his lock. It was like the biggest thing was like, oh, if I hit 1 million subs, I'm gonna cut my locks. All right. Kai cuts his hair. This is gonna play a big part into what I'm gonna say too. And then that's it. And then we never hear from Kai again. There were rumors that he was gonna do like some type of Christmas stream or whatever, but I guess he'd been going through some shit on the back end with his girlfriend. I saw things about his girl cheating on him with NBA YoungBoy, potentially being pregnant. I mean, that's just what the shit you read on Twitter. Twitter is fake as fuck. I mean, but whatever. Um, so yeah, so all this has happened, and then in that time, Kai's been kind of like focused on his mental health. I mean, he came out talking about like he was watching Death Note and Naruto. So like he been going through some shit, and I want to chalk it all down to is I think the nigga just lost his confidence. I think the dreads gave him a lot of confidence, more than he probably should have had. And he cut it off, and then like now he kind of just like, I mean, yeah, it's just when a nigga loses confidence, everything just goes out the window. So now that we've created the timeline, so now we're on Kai Cenat's fashion line. And so single, lost his dreads, hasn't been streaming. Not necessarily he's retired, but he's kind of just taking a break. I mean, yeah, if you devote a whole month of just streaming, like everyone seeing your every move for every, it's kind of insane. Uh, but like right now he's building a clothing line, and I guess the clothing line is called Viettes. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Um, and the thing to Kai, look, I've dabbled into fashion a little bit, barely, like just the cornerstones of it. Um, what I can say to Kai is you have a very uphill battle to fight. Fashion is not easy and it's not for everybody. It's a reason why we wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton and who are Marc Jacobs, Chrome Hearts. It's a reason why we wear that shit because we know we couldn't make that shit ourselves. um, the three cornerstones to me when creating a fashion line is who are you trying to appeal for? What are you trying to make? And what are you trying to achieve? Right? Like what's your end goal for making a clothing line, right? That's very important. And who's your customers? Who's your customer base? Are you trying to just get young niggas? Cause them young niggas that was watching you are getting older now. Um, and then like what are you wanting to make? Are you just making jeans, jackets? I mean, are you just copying what you like and then you just like 'cause I saw he posted I saw Kai post like a little snippet of what his clothing line was gonna be. I don't know what it was like a bag or some shit. I don't know whether the fuck it was. I was like, oh, okay, that's what you're doing. Okay. A lot of niggas fail in the clothing space because they don't know what the fuck they want to do. And I'm gonna tell you where they be scamming at. Like they'll tell you they got like a clothes drop coming and they tell you the date, and then you go on there and you see it sold out. It's because these niggas didn't really put anything out there, bro. Like, and a lot of niggas get scammed. Oh, niggas is buying this shit. Niggas is buying. No, they ain't buying this shit, nigga. They maybe had like 10 pieces. Niggas ain't buying clothes like that, bro. Cause it's like I never saw some shit on social media where I was like, oh no, actually, there's this dude on Twitter. I gotta find his name and I'll put it on. I'll put it in the when I make a clip of this. This dude be making like X-Men shit, anime shit. Like he be like custom making the shit, bro. And that shit be looking fire. So shout out to that nigga, bro. Like he be really just he made these X-Men bombers, bro, that look crazy. I almost bought one, but I was just like, I don't want no shit to happen. Like I buy it and then I don't get it. I'm gonna be upset. But that was like really creative and cool. But it wasn't like, oh, he created a brand. It's just he just saw some shit he saw and he's like, all right, I'm gonna make the shit. Simple as that. Which it's kind of copyright, but whatever. To a point, I guess. But with Kai, it's like, bro, you have an uphill battle. I mean, like, and I saw there was like a tweet. I guess like Kai was showing that he was talking to Kanye. I think Kanye probably gonna let him down easy. Like, bro, this shit ain't for you. And I've even seen clips. He was talking to somebody, and they were like, you need to stay in your lane, nigga. Like this fashion shit ain't for anybody. Like to me, like I've never really seen like iconic clothes. To me, when I've seen like fashion things that like jump out at me are like apple bottom jeans. Like nigga, I remember when apple bottom jeans was out, niggas had all that shit, bro. Like, I mean, well, all the women, like, bro, it's a reason why Shorty had apple bottom jeans, bro. Like, I mean, they like it was hard to miss, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was just I don't even know how I think they were like 60, $70. It was cheap. And women look good in it. I always thought apple bottom jeans was like that was iconic. Like the Nike Tech. Nike Tech is iconic. So it's like there's not a lot of fashion things that I look at because like I don't really fuck with shoes like that. Like I wear Crocs like a motherfucker, bro. Like I got all type of Crocs, nigga. Uh like Nike, I just stick with Nike. I don't like Jordans. I hate the way Jordans look. I only own one pair. I don't even know what the name of the pair is, dude. I was just like, I don't really like fuck with Jordan. I remember the first pair I ever had, I stole. I won't go into too much detail, but like the first pair I ever had, I stole, and they didn't even fit me, and I still wore them bitches. So when it comes to fashion, Kai, like I don't know if you'll ever see this, but like, Kai, fashion probably not you, dog. Fashion, like niggas be just make a jumpsuit and think it's fashion. Niggas make a t-shirt and think it's fashion. Niggas make some jeans. Sewing ain't easy, nigga. Like if sewing was easy, nigga, we'd have fashion designers everywhere. But yeah, so Kai, good luck on your journey. Maybe grow your dreads back out, get that confidence back up. Confidence is key, nigga. And you can lose your bitch if you ain't got no confidence. it's it's happened to me. All right, so next up, I'm gonna hold off on the review for Chromacopia. So we're gonna talk about Euphoria. Euphoria season 3, or I like to call it Breaking Euphoria. Breaking excuse me, I almost said Breaking Bad, excuse me. Euphoria season 3 dropped, which we haven't seen the show in like 2-3 years. Last time we saw August got shot, or whatever that white boy name was. Well, we don't know what happened at the end of it. It was this huge cliffhanger, and then the actor who plays I can't think of his name, but y'all know Angus, I think that's his name. He died in real life. And so the show was already on a break because of dude, I can't think of this girl name. The girl who played Mary Jane Spider-Man. Shit. Damn. Zendaya. Yeah, Zendaya. So they took a break because she was shooting Dune, and I think she had a lot of shit going on. So they took a break for her. And in that time, a lot of shit has happened. The girl who plays Cassie, the white girl with the big titties, she been like causing ruckus on the internet. Not the same, she used to have like a huge following because like she was just cool. She used to work on cars and shit. So the show is like, so when they said they were gonna do the show, I was really surprised. Like, what exactly are y'all gonna do in this show? Well, it looks like we did a time jump in the show, uh, which is crazy. But if you see the trailer, this trailer looks like a show from the Breaking Bad. I saw someone's comment was like, "Damn, I don't even need to watch season 1 or season 2. This is like a whole nother TV show." I mean, when you really think about it, you got Rue dealing with drug kingpins and king queens and shit. Like, man, talk about a show that just was already off the rails. but just even went above even more over the rail. Like the rail was here and they was like, fuck it. We just gonna jump right over that bitch. Am I gonna watch Euphoria? I mean, I guess so, just to see like where the story goes. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. This is a show that like definitely needed to come back that following year. There was just so much shit. That actor that actually passed away, um, unfortunately, yeah. So there was just, and I'm sure they'll talk about it. Say maybe they both died in the hotel shooting or whatever. So who knows? Next up, all right, let's get it out the way. Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia. This is a review for Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia, nominated for Record of the Year at the Grammys 2026. Let me get my notes. Chromacopia was a successor after Call Me When You Get Lost. And when I first heard the album, I wasn't a fan. Like I really didn't like it as much as a lot of people did. Oh, sorry, I'm getting my notes. Let me get. Yeah, so with Chromacopia, like I really didn't like it when it first came out. I was listening to it, I thought it was all right. You had some great features by Daniel Caesar, Schoolboy Q. Unfortunately, there's a Dochi feature, but it is what it is. I loved Igor. Igor was a fantastic album. Like Tyler has taken this huge shift in his music from this destructive, I don't give a fuck attitude, to kind of like just kind of becoming a softer Tyler, but more like, hey, yeah, I was. It's like someone who had therapy, right? Like this person who went in, who had all these anger issues, and just kind of came out and saw life and wanted to create beauty from the life. And that's where I get when stuff like Igor and Call Me When You Get Lost and stuff like that. So um these albums have really just changed Tyler's perspective of music, in the fans views, right? Because you always saw him as this rebel, and so we kind of gotten like a softer Tyler in a way, but someone who is still that rebel on the inside, and you can hear it in his music. But I always loved Igor because I found it to be something like I think his S- Scumfuck Flower Boy, some shit like that. I think that's the name of that. I remember not that album. I saw the turning shift of Tyler, and mind you, I listened to Tyler back in the day, like Odd Future, Wolfgang, all that shit. And like I remember, I was one of the people who thought Earl Sweatshirt was actually in jail. Like, I remember because they used to be like free Earl, and I was like, damn, that nigga still locked up. Bro, it was funny. It was funny. It was a great time to be on Twitter. Um, so when I heard Igor, I was like, man, this was a very different Tyler. It was very unique and fun. But I guess he got a lot of criticism for it, which I thought was some of his best music he dropped. And then you get Call Me When You Get Lost, which I really wasn't too much of a fan. It's like you kind of got that mixture of Igor, but it's like, hey, nigga, I can still rap, and I'm gonna show you that. And I was like, all right, cool, cool, cool. Kind of the album just was like, there was some, no, don't get me wrong, there's some great tracks on, but Don't Call Me When You Get Lost. But so coming into Chromacopia, we kind of got that same feel from Call Me When You Get Lost, but almost that rebel aspect, a little bit, not as much. I mean, starting off the album with Saint Chroma, like that song is just like, to me, that's like where I kind of like, maybe because he came and maybe he started the album so hot. I was like, God damn, this shit was hot fire. And like every song after that was not saying that it was bad, but it was like this. I don't know. It was a weird time for when that album came out. It's just I really didn't understand it. Like I didn't get it. or maybe I just was missing something. But yet again, that same chroma was crazy. Uh, and so when going into the review for this, I re-listened to it because I can't just go off based on that opinion. My opinion of Chromacopia changed dramatically. And maybe this was these are those albums that like grow on you when you get older. And I found Chromacopia to be a very phenomenal album. Um, I was like, man, was this what I was missing out on? I don't know. Like, I was listening to it and I was just like, damn, this production is amazing. They have some great features. I love the sticky song, like kind of reminds you like old school back in the lunchroom, beating on the table with the homies, dropping a freestyle. Like, and then just hearing his mom, asking for a kid, comparing him to him looking like his dad. It's just like this song was like this album was like somebody who it was like a therapy session, kind of like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Like that's what it really reminded me of. And I just like, man, I can't believe I was really looking at this album the wrong way. I don't know. Like I don't know. After re-listening to it, I was like, man, I might need to buy the vinyl. Like this is a really good album. Like it's a couple skips, but I found again, like Tyler does a really great job on the production. The features they had from like I said, from Daniel Caesar, Schoolboy Q, Wayne, Sexy Red. Yeah, Chromacopia. I am so sorry that I did not appreciate this album when it first came out, because it had really changed my mind. And then you get Don't Tap the Glass that came afterward. And I really love Don't Tap the Glass. So after re-listening to Chromacopia, that makes me want to go listen to Call Me When You Get Lost. And maybe because as you get older, music evolves with you, especially like if you only accept a certain type of production, right? I will say, listening to all these albums that have been Grammy nominated for Record of the Year have really changed how I listen to music as well too, which is pretty crazy. Um, but yeah, so Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia. I mean, yeah, it's like I want to go listen to it again. I've been listening to it like I've listened to it like 6 different times trying to do this review because I'm just like, man, I can't believe I thought this wasn't a really good album. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad album, it's just I wasn't enjoying it when I first listened to it, but now like I've like my stance on it has changed dramatically. So I'm gonna give Chromacopia Chromacopia. I'm gonna give it a solid. I'm gonna give it a solid 3.7 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 3.7 out of 5. It's not a solid 4 for me. Um, because like I know a lot of people didn't like Chromacopia. And I don't know what there was something about it. There was something about it when it came. Maybe they made changes to the album over time that I didn't know. I don't know. I know there is a deluxe. I haven't even listened to the deluxe. But I still feel like there's something missing from the album. Um and I just feel like it's like, okay, think of it like this. Think of like when you eat something for dinner, right? And it's like, damn, you still hungry. It's like, damn, I just ate this whole dinner, and I'm like, I feel like something's missing. And it's like I think of it like an entree. Like, damn, like say like you go to McDonald's, you get some chicken nuggets, but you was like, I don't want no fry. And then when you eat the chicken nuggets, you're like, damn, I should have ordered that fry. It's like something is fucking missing. I hate to be a Big Mac in this situation, but something was missing from this album. So I'm gonna give it a 3.7 out of 5. That's not bad. It's the first 3.7 I've ever done. I don't even know what a 3.7 is, but it's just like I want to give it more than a half, but I can't give it a whole 4. It's just like there's something missing from this album. And every time that I re-listen to it, don't get me wrong, I love it and I enjoy it, but I just feel like there's something missing from this album. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it ain't getting a 4. It ain't getting a 5. But I find Chromacopia to be a really great album, and my bad if I my original views on this album. So yeah. All right, that's it for the Chromacopia review. Let's get into Paramount, Netflix. Holy shit, this thing is still going on, and it's fucking insane. Paramount has now gotten to the point where they're trying to sue Netflix. They're trying to stop them from this deal even going through with Netflix and excuse me, not Netflix, Warner Brothers. Um, and they're trying to like stop it from going through at the EU, and I don't know. Paramount is being a fucking dick. I'll tell you that right now. And like now it makes me start to think like you're like you weren't in this to like care about the movies. I think you were in this for like something else. And I think it's political wise. We saw what they did with the whole CBS interview, the 60-minute interview that they pulled last minute. We saw, and if you don't know, like Avatar, The Last Airbender was supposed to come out in theaters this year. Well, Paramount has pulled that and says it's just going to come onto the streaming platform, which is crazy because like there are so many fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, yeah, you still get it on Paramount, but it's like it lets us know that you didn't really give a fuck. And then like your words that you gave to Warner Bros. That you cared about movies clearly is a lie because it's like you're trying to feel a profit at the end of the day for that streaming service because they know they don't have anything on that goddamn app besides everything that Tyler, old boy that wrote. So this whole Paramount Warner Bros. Thing, it's crazy. Like honestly, it's like if you stop that sale, what makes you think Warner Bros. Is gonna sell to you? What makes you think like, all right, we're gonna sell to Paramount? Like, cause they really put our, you know, they really tied our hands. We can't really go anywhere else. Like Warner Bros. Would just say, all right, we're not gonna sell. We're gonna wait a couple years, and then we'll do like a Netflix partnership, which I think they kind of already got already. And then like it'll probably be a mutual agreement, like, hey, yeah, we're cool with it. But the biggest change of this is that now Netflix has changed their bid to a cash offer. And with Netflix changing their bid to a cash offer, it now becomes more like it looks more good to the company, and like they could actually get a vote a lot sooner. But it's all depending on like what Paramount bullshit that they do on the back end, and to try to stop this from happening and shit. So first Paramount had a lot of people excited for this. But they kind of just really fucked up and dropped the ball over time, like making all these extra bits. That lets you know like there's something else that Paramount is trying to do. It's a little weird. And so shout out to Paramount for being a bunch of dicks. So I hope the Warner Bros. Netflix deal go through. Netflix has seemed like they really just really want to get the movies into theater, and this is the way that they'll be able to do it. All right, so yeah, so fuck Paramount, especially with that Avatar shit. Like, fuck you, bro. Next up, we got Druski. Druski dropped. Okay, this is not my favorite Druski skit, but it's a very controversial one. And the only reason it's controversial because them church folk, they act like they can't take any criticism because they believe in God, they love God. Like, oh, I can't take no criticism. Yeah, you can, bro. Y'all be doing some shady shit behind the scenes. And y'all act like y'all don't want to bring that shit to the light, but we bringing it to light. People are bringing it to the light. But yeah, so I would say before I start, my favorite Drewski skit is that Asian skit, like him in the nail shop. But the fact that he got them people to talk the way that we would normally make fun of Chinese people, like that shit is hilarious, though, and I love it. I love it because it's just comedy, bro. It's just fucking comedy. If you take comedy offensive, you probably need therapy in life. Like the fact that you take a joke and like, oh, oh. But yeah, let's talk about Drewski's church skit, which is very over the top, but it's like these are things that have happened in the church. And from my own personal experience, when I used to go to church, I remember my pastor used to drive a Crown Vic, And one day he pulled up in a Range Rover. And I remember the question. I was like, oh damn, I thought it was somebody famous that was at the church or whatever. Cause I was like, a Range Rover. You know, all these broke ass niggas over here ain't got no Range Rover. I mean, like maybe like an Escalade or whatever, but not the Range Rover. Like right there in the front in the pastor's parking spot. Oh, this might be somebody famous. It's the pastor. Pastor, nigga, my pastor upgraded to the Range Rover, and I was just like, damn, nigga, how much money you getting? Like, what do you do outside of work? Like, how like I was like, how do you afford that? And then I remember my church, they had started getting to a point where they wanted to expand. And I remember like they were asking us for 4,000 every Sunday. Nigga, that shit was crazy, bro. They was really like, and they would show us like what the building gonna look like if we can hit the. I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, yeah. So, the church skit, Drewski's making fun of a lot of churches, a lot of pastors, really, how they do these incredibly unchurched things. I remember I saw a pastor he was getting a fade during his serum, and I was like, damn. There's a pastor who was floating. Drewski made fun of that. Uh, look, I mean, I'll always say this, and I'll add pastors to it because I usually apply it to federal officials. Excuse me, but oh man, dude, this mask is killing me. Look, that mask will always kill me, bro. Um, like I would say, I don't care who you are as a person. I don't care what suit you put on, whether you're a police officer, you're an ICE officer, um, you're a pilot, whatever, you're a pastor, whoever that person was before that suit that they put on, that costume, is that person wearing that costume. So if that person is a racist, a pedophile, if he is a weirdo, if he's whatever, abuser, a drug addict, that person just put on a costume and is still that same person when he puts on that costume. So if that nigga is a scammer, a drug dealer, a loose cannon, and he put on a pastor outfit, he a pastor now. To all the he just got to put up the facade for you every Sunday. But he fucking everybody. He fucking the girl that sing lead. He fucking your wife in the front row. You know, you came there with your wife enjoying the church, and he fucking her while it's like there's so like a lot of people use God as a crutch. When they get in trouble, when their character is put at when their character is put on blast, like, oh, you're this type of person. I'm a man of God. Like, you know, a scammer is a scammer. And yeah, he might believe in God, but he's still gonna scam you in the name of God. So it is what it is, bro. It's like, and then I see all these people getting upset thinking that he mocking God. No, he mocking the niggas who like disrespect God every day. That probably don't even live in that faith. Like I love God, but like I do some shit that God would probably disagree to. But I apologize, but I gotta do what I gotta do to live my life. Nothing like crazy. All right. It's just like, like there's things that I do that, like yet again, this is a problematic podcast. This nigga know I'm problematic. Like, fuck. So to see all these church people that come out, it's usually like older black folk. Like them niggas that be like catching the Holy Spirit and just be tweaking in a look, it's a conversation that needs to be had. There's no reason you should go to a mega church and your pastor is flying to another city on a private jet. Where's my private jet? Can I use your private jet? Oh no, this is for the church. But everyone in the church don't use it. Like the choir don't use it. So, what are we talking about? And I'm sure y'all remember that clip of that lady who faked like a crying baby and shit, was calling up churches to see how they could, help and stuff. And a lot of churches were like, "Ah, nah, we can't help you out, big dog." Like it be like that sometimes, bro. Like these churches, like they scam in the name of Jesus. So Druski just putting that shit on Front Street, nigga. Like, and if you upset by it, it's because your ass be scamming too. Asking, locking the doors, telling niggas they can't leave until they put up a tie. Nigga, I'm broke, nigga. I came here for the Lord to hear something to get me out of this funk. And you want to take money from me? Crazy. All right. So next up, that's gonna piss some people off. So next up, Keith Lee. Man, Keith Lee been in the news like crazy. So we have the whole tendernism debacle, and then we have the whole gay storyline. um, as someone who's light skinned, I grew up like niggas just thinking I was gay off the rip. Like I'm light skinned. Like it just come with the territory. I got nice hair, light skin, niggas hating on me, or, it's usually like some gay nigga that wanna fuck me and they'll create a fake agenda storyline. That's usually what I run into. So that's just my experience, right? And I can only imagine what it's like to be famous. I mean, we've seen it with the Desmond dude who just got a divorce from his wife. People think he was with a dude. Keith Lee in this situation, he goes to I don't know what she identifies as. Maybe he or she, they, I don't know what his or her pronouns are. So we're just gonna leave it at he went to go see this nigga. That is, in the community, the Rainbow Brigade. Kind of a little messy. I've seen some of his content. It's a little messy. But yeah, he goes to hang out with him, eats food with him. Um, and then like, the gay community is like, oh, well, look at Keith Lee. He's having too much fun with this gay person. Like, and this is the problem why people have homophobia. Because when you're straight, it's hard to have gay friends. Like it really is. I've had a couple gay friends. Some I've had to stop being friends with because they sometimes maybe either went against my boundaries or they just were doing too much. Usually it's the doing too much. You try to be cool with them. Like me, I'm the type of person I can walk in any room, I can have a conversation with anybody, and I can make anybody laugh. That's just me. That's just me. And the homophobia comes from is like a dude just like he just trying to keep casual conversation. Not every nigga DL. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but not every nigga DL. I mean, the majority of them are pretty, is pretty there. It's you catch that nigga by himself, I'm sure he'll be like, oh yeah, let me go get that number. But in this Keith Lee situation, but this is where the homophobia starts. It's like, this nigga married and got kids, bro. Like, who knew if hanging out with you was like gonna create this, stigma. I'm sure he don't give a fuck. Which in my situation, I wouldn't give a fuck either. Um, but the stigma to think that somebody's gay because they hang out with somebody who's gay, like y'all already have a bad, like gay people already get a bad rap, like without even like, like if you see a gay person, the common straight person or homophobic person is already not gonna like you, and that's just off rip. That's just what they gonna do, and and then it's until you get to know that gay person, like oh they chill, they cool, they ain't on no extra shit. And then you can create that friendship, maybe, if you can even get there. But the moment like people like situations like this happens, like, hey, you trying to hang out. Like, let's say like I got invited to a gay club for a friend's birthday or whatever. I'm chilling. I'm not trying to talk to nobody. I'm just here to be, support my friend. And then someone gay comes up and they want to buy me a drink. I'm like, I off the rip, I'll let them know, like, hey, I'm not gay. I don't want you to feel like you're required to buy me a drink or anything like that, right? Those are things you want to say. You want to be upfront and give your opinion and tell it, not the opinion, but like just say, it's always best to let someone know upfront, just so like they don't build this idea in their head, like, oh, maybe I have a chance. Uh, and you kind of just go from there, right? So but you're put in that situation, it's like if you're straight, like you don't necessarily want to go to a gay club. It's not like your first instinct to go to one, right? It's like I don't need to go there. But you can have, gay friends that want to. And like, you don't want to come off homophobic and say, oh no, I'm not going there. But then sometimes you just want to be in support, right? And sometimes being too supportive can give a different condensation just a different look, like, if you're always hanging out with a gay person, somebody's going to potentially think you're gay. And, in your heart that you're not, but it's just like that's just the perception that people build in their head. Like why would this straight person hang out with this gay person? Like that's the conception that all these motherfuckers build. Like most straight women I know are very homophobic. And it's just like I don't know where it comes from, but like let them they will have them a gay friend, but they homophobic as hell. And there's just nothing you can do to change that outlook, right? And so when you are a straight man in this situation, hanging out with a gay person, they can just not. He ain't got to be gay. He could just have a normal conversation. He could just be enjoying his time with this person, and it isn't about them being gay or there's food involved. Like I love food. Like you got good food. I don't give a fuck. You gay, straight, an alien, whatever. Like as long as I'm being fed, that's all I give a fuck about. And we can enjoy a conversation over some good food. Then yeah. So to the gay community, stop bashing men for having a good time with y'all because y'all hate because like let a nigga come out and say, "Oh, I don't like gay people," da, 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 then y'all gonna say he homophobic, and y'all already get a bad taste when you don't even know the nigga, and like this nigga married and shit. He ain't done nothing to do anything to give you the idea he gay. You don't even know this nigga, and you want to say potentially he is gay. Like what we doing? What we doing? Like y'all already having a hard time. Don't make it harder on yourself to want niggas not to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, and even with the Desmond shit, like, oh, he had to be cheating on with a man. No. I mean, maybe he just tired of her shit. Like, all that goofy fun shit could be annoying after a while, especially if you're always doing it. Damn, bitch, we can't ever have a serious moment. So, from someone who's light skinned that had dealt with it, in my past, like being called gay and stuff like that, once people get to know me, they change that automatically off the rip. Um, but I just hate that, you like straight men can't just enjoy themselves with anybody. Something has to be gay. And I think that's the problem with the world, to be honest. Like you can't just enjoy your time with somebody of any descent, whether they're they, them, he, she, whatever pronouns. I mean, we know there's only two, but some niggas need some type of character to live by. But yeah, so I love Keith Lee. The whole tendernism shit, like created a whole conundrum shit into a gay agenda. Like it's just so much for Keith Lee. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for niggas that are in the ethos. Like they can't wear a mask like me. Um, it's just like niggas be in your business every day of every hour. All right. So next up, we're gonna talk NFL divisionals. Oh shit. What a crazy week it is. Like, my Steelers get ram fucked by the Houston Texas defense. I was like, hey, I like this new quarterback we got in CJ Stroud. That nigga was throwing us balls like everywhere. I was like, damn, nigga, like you working for the Steelers or what? The Steelers lose. Actually, not even just the Steelers lose. So, what a great weekend for football altogether. From that Carolina and Rams game from Chicago and Green Bay. I think the only one that was really kind of was the Chargers and Patriots, but we kind of just knew that off the rip. But every other game was like phenomenal, was fantastic. I can't wait to see you this weekend. But yeah, my Steelers got fucked. We lost our coach, which is fine, which I don't really give a fuck about. Like Tomlin gave us one Super Bowl. And yeah, you gave us winning seasons, but like nigga, they don't put winning seasons on the t-shirt. What they put on the t-shirt? Super Bowl champions, AFC, NFC champions, and did you win your division? Like no one's like, oh, well, this is another year that they won their season. Okay. Like we have a horrible division. Of course, most of the time we're gonna win it. If it's not us, it's the Ravens. So I don't understand that. But yeah, let's talk divisionals. So for my picks for the divisionals this weekend, I got Seahawks, Rams, Patriots, Bills. I expect the Broncos to get knocked out first round. I've always said that the Broncos have never been that team. As much as I want Chicago to go, the way I saw Caleb Williams, I saw nervousness. Now, unless that dog come out this weekend, then yeah, they're gonna beat the Rams. Chicago's defense is fantastic. Maybe it's enough to hold off the Rams, but when you got Nakua and Devontae Adams as your wide receivers, I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could. I don't know if you get past that. Sam Darnold has come out and said that he will be there this Saturday. He didn't. I thought he might be out all the way, but I guess not. So, the NFL divisionals are going to be a very interesting game. We got a bunch of teams that you know haven't been to the playoff, haven't been to the Super Bowl in a long time. This is Jalen Allen's, Josh Allen's year. Like Josh, you have no Patrick Mahomes, uh, you have no Burrow. You have no Lamar. You need to get this dub. You need to fucking destroy everyone in your path. You need to get to the goddamn Super Bowl. um, but yeah, that is it. That's gonna be this is gonna be a very interesting weekend. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I think I'm gonna order some wings. Very feeling like some wings right now. But yeah, that is it for the pod. Look, what a fantastic week of football. I know we're coming to the end. No more picks, unfortunately. But yeah, so um yeah, that is it. That is it for episode 26 of Problematic Lightskin. I'm your host, President Lightskin. Thank you for watching. If you watch live, you watch the clips, whatever. Much love to you. Good night.